Sorry for the slight glitch. We are talking about love and infatuation. Do you actually know the difference? Let me tell you, sometimes, let me give you an example. You're very in love with your partner. Your relationship is flourishing. You guys are goals. You can see your children. It's just a very stable relationship. And then, out of nowhere, because the devil works in mysterious ways, he sends someone and he starts making your heart palpitate. Now, that could be viewed as infatuation because it is a very temporary feeling. It's just fleeting. It's very exciting, but it's not long term. So, this is where we actually quote Diamond. When Diamond was on that show, this recent reality show, he said, "Do not throw out your chewing gum because somebody offered you one piece of grape." Regardless, beyond the lack of English and everything, he was actually very wise to say that. So sometimes we actually give up on love, something that is stable and it's, fulfilling, for infatuation, which is temporary and fleeting, but it was exciting. What do you think?
Okay, so I feel like sometimes we mistake the two things. There is love at first sight, and then there is just lust. And then lust combined with infatuation can be very, very problematic. I say this with the implication that infatuation, by definition, is usually, as she said, very fleeting, but also there is the fact that you don't know this person. You probably know very little about them other than the fact that they look good and you just want to eat them up. That's all you know. Most of the times, that's all you know. And you start to romanticize a relationship that hasn't even begun, start to think about all the future you guys could have, and you don't honestly even know whether they have sisters or brothers. You don't know whether they're homeless or not. You're just like seeing this person, and in your eyes and in your heart of hearts, it's just loves, and that's all. You know those two blue.
Yeah.
Your heart pops out, your eyes are popping out love. Cartoons, yes. It's insane how you feel and how quickly you can feel for someone. But simply because it started off as you being infatuated with someone doesn't necessarily mean that it cannot transition into something else. You can nurture these feelings because everyone wants to feel that butterflies in your stomach. Everyone wants to hear their heart doing as you see the person approaching you. Everybody wants to feel a little bit of like a rush, like
breathe.
goosebumps. As you see this person, he touches you and it's goosebumps everywhere.
Symptoms for a heart attack. You want to feel that is how crazy infatuation is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we understand that. And especially when you're young and it's the first time you felt like this about anyone, you think that this is what love is. But no, love is now trying to make that a continuous thing.
Yeah.
Like you just want to feel that for someone every day. Like you want to see them and you just want to feel like, oh my goodness, how will I live without you? Because you just are the thing that I have to have, But it's no longer like a need or a want. It's just a happiness to be around this person. Like there's a transition. Let's just say there's a big transition, but the biggest sign with infatuation is that you've not known them for long. You probably don't even know them that well, but you feel all of these like things happening to you. Yeah.
Yeah, and us, being the people we are and being the wise women we are going to tell you a few things and you can just kind of figure out, is it infatuation or is it love? Because as Kathomi has said, love is continuous infatuation. It's just continuous there. It's constant. It's consistent. That is love. But infatuation, sign number one, you are constantly thinking about this person. Let me tell you, you could be in a meeting and you're just thinking about how she brushed her hair. We've seen it. If you actually want an example, just start watching Korean drama.
K-pop.
Korean drama will just give you like spot on definitions of what infatuation is.
Yeah.
You could be crossing the road, but because she is suddenly your universe and you don't even know her second name, you will cross blindly because you are covered by the love of your suited. It's just, you're just in a very bad state.
You're in a bubble.
And there's this thing my mom told me, it's love when you don't feel butterflies in your stomach. If you're very calm around them, if you're very safe around them, that is love.
Love is supposed to give you stability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're always feeling, you need to
Anxiety.
check your pressure, you're sweating, that might be infatuation. However, we are not saying that infatuation might not lead to love. It might. But however, 9 times out of 10, it does not. It's just a passing feeling. I could tell you the number of crushes I've had in my life. Numerous. Why? It was infatuation. It was just for that season. And as long as something else came along, that was it.
You're walking in town, and then you see that guy.
I like
you,
the slow motion.
It's
Okay.
like you're walking in town, pale lifestyle. Unajua
Wind
pale
in your hair.
Nakumatt. And then you see a guy literally just look this way at you. And deep in the heart of hearts, you're like, oh, that's going to be the man I marry. That's the man of my dreams. And the whole day, you cannot begin to explain why. You don't even know this man is. You don't know him. In fact, if you saw him again later on, you probably wouldn't know the same guy because you didn't see the back of his head. You only saw the side profile. But yet you are so convinced that this is the one for you. Now that is a huge sign of infatuation. You know nothing about this person. You probably have never had a conversation with this person. You absolutely have no reason to be falling this head over heels over someone, but somehow it is what you're feeling. It is a clear sign you've not had any real interaction. Honestly, alipita too. And then you started hearing all the birds, You started hearing the wind.
The sun was brighter.
He had a halo on his head. He's probably wearing like a red outfit, but you saw it as white.
Crimson.
The way he's walking, it's just like he's walking in slow motion and everything has stopped.
It's very
You're almost
like
stumbling onto the ground because you honestly really feel like this is the love of your life. You don't know him. I'm telling you, there's one day that happened to me. And then, like Katomi, being the Katomi I am, I went and decided to talk to this guy. The mishemo that came out of his mouth immediately.
Immediately no.
And I was stupid enough to invite him to my house. It was such an awkward interaction altogether. Me, I'm telling you, living in the Dehua can cause you problems. I honestly thought this was the man of my dreams. I invited him home for coffee.
Never again.
He said one thing, immediately I started regretting it. I'm like, what was I doing? What was I thinking? Why did I even... What? And those are the first ones that come out of my mind. Hey, you want to come over for coffee? Why? For what reason? You don't know this person. He could be a serial killer. Moving on.
So when you're in love, you actually want to know each and everything about this person. You want to know what they ate for breakfast.
Who is their grandmother?
You want to know his grandmother, his sister, his brother. You want to know everything, what he loves, what she loves, what their interests, their talents. However, when it's infatuation, you don't even want to know his second name. As long as you know he looks good, that's it.
That's it.
It's just limited. You don't want to get too involved because you don't want to get too attached. Why? It's a fleeting, temporary feeling. It is not true love.
Absolutely.
What's another thing?
Most times it's usually actually a physical interaction. It's a physical attraction. And as I said, like my example, like it was how he looked. Immediately he spoke. I just like, ew. But that could be a major sign. Are you